When you hear the word math, what are the first things that comes to your mind? Stressed, frustration over too many numbers and equations, and something that you don't even understand where to start. And sometimes, it just you know, felt like dying. Like this guy, for example.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Or maybe this guy who is definitely crazy. Besides, he has the money to buy a new computer and you don't, so don't try this at home. But seriously, today we'll be talking about factors. When you hear the word factors, it is something that used to be so hard for me, but hey, I finally found a way to do it well. So yeah, let's just take an example. 6x squared plus x minus 15. When you look at these types of questions, you just got frustrated and you go straight into question and answer choices. Like, you try to plug in an A, B, C, or D to the question because you don't understand or you don't know where to start. And I don't think this is a good thing, because what if the question is an essay? You'll be even more frustrated, guys. So I don't recommend you guys this technique. Okay, so let's just do it. 6x squared plus x minus 15. As you notice, there are two integers there, a positive integer and a negative integer. And in between these integers, you can see that there are numbers, variables, a constant plus variables. So let's just make it an a, b, and c. So 6x squared is a, x is b, and negative 15 is a c. So it's easier for you to just classify things and do things later on. So the next thing you should do after classifying the equations into A, B, and C is to multiply the constant at the front and the constant at the back, which is negative 15 and positive 6. And at this point, you should just ignore the x squared because it's not a constant. So it is negative 90. 6 times negative 15 is negative 90. But of course, that's not the final answer. You should multiply or add or subtract them to. So the first thing you should do is to find a number that if you multiply them with another number, the result will be a negative 90. But if you add or subtract these two numbers, the result will be a positive 1. So let's say x times x is equals to negative 90, but x plus or subtracted by x is equals to positive 1. And so to make it clear and to make the concept even more understandable, I'll just make a really simple table. You should divide table into 3 columns and put a negative 90 for the result of multiplication and positive 1 for the result of add or subtraction. So 45 times negative 2, it is indeed negative 90. But if you add them together, 45 minus 2 is a positive 43, and it's far from what we're looking for. So of course that's not the answer. So the next one is negative 45 times 2. Indeed, it's a negative 90, but negative 45 plus 2 is a negative 43, so it's not what we're looking for. And I think the numbers we're using are too big, so let's just use small numbers because 45 is just too big for us. So let's say a positive 9 times negative 10. Of course, it's a negative 90 for multiplication, but if you add them together, 9 minus 10 is negative 1, so it's not what we're looking for. But let's switch the integers. Negative 9 times 10, it's negative 90, but if you add them together, negative 9 plus 10 is indeed a positive 1, and that is what we are looking for. So as you can see, you've got negative 9 and a positive 10 for the replacement of the x in the middle, as you can see. So 6x squared plus x minus 15 is equals to negative 96 times negative 15, and negative 9 and positive 10 as the smaller version of it. So the next thing you should do is to plug in negative 9 and positive 10 to x and put it into two different equations, which is 6x squared minus 9x plus 10x minus 15. So after making two equations out of negative 9 and positive 10, you should minimize those two equations by dividing. So we have 6x squared minus 9x and 10x minus 15. So as you can see, there is something common in between these two numbers, 6 and 9. Yes, both of them could be divided by 3. So let's divide 6x squared by 3, which is 2x squared, and negative 9x divided by 3 is equals to negative 3x. And you just don't feel good about the exponent left, so instead of dividing both numbers with 3, you should divide both numbers with 3x. So 6x squared divided by 3x is equals to 2x because the exponent is eliminated, and 9x divided by 3x equals to negative 3, and so we should have a little recheck. And so 3x times 2x is 6x squared, and 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. So it's the exact same equation, but it's just a little bit more minimized. So the same way of solving is used for the second equation, which is 10x minus 15. And as you can see, both 10 and 15 could be divided by the number 5. 10 could be divided by 5, which is 2, and negative 15 could be divided by 5, which is negative 3. And as you can see, there's no exponent here, so you don't have to put an x after the division number. So 2x minus 3 and 5 in front of them. And so let's have a recheck. 5 times 2x is 10x, and 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So this is the exact same number, but it's minimized. So the two equations are 3, 2x minus 3, and 5, 2x minus 3. But as you can see, there's two amounts of 2x minus 3, and you have to only take one. So the first final answer to the original equation is 2x minus 3, and as you can see, 3, 2x minus 3, and 5, 2x minus 3. And as you can see, 3 and 5 aren't put in a column, aren't put in a bracket, so you should take those two, so a positive 3 and a positive 5. So it is a positive 3 and a positive 5, and you should make an equation out of it. So 3x plus 5. So that is the second final answer to the original 6x squared plus x minus 15 equation. So the first one is 2x minus 3, and the second one is 3x plus 5. And I really hope it is clear for you guys. And I understand these types of questions aren't easy. And so to make yourself better is, of course, to be more critical. Make sure you understand what is asked and don't miss out the smallest things. The second one is be motivated. When you saw questions like this, don't straightly flinch and get frustrated. And of course, take your time learning and take practice tests. The only way to make you understand more is to practice more, of course. And yeah, that concludes the end of the video, and I really hope everyone understands, and I'm really sorry for being an awful teacher, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one, everyone.